Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. I'm going to be doing a sort of a present haul of what we have got our son for Christmas. This is actually the second time that I've filmed this video. I said in my previous video of my decoration haul tour that I filmed it once already, but I accidentally deleted the footage. But in that video that I filmed, I actually showed you everybody's presents that we got for all of our friends and family. However, sadly, I can't show you everyone else's things now because they're wrapped up and posted off to them. But I thought I will refilm it and show you the things that we got for our son. So although it's not what I originally had planned, hopefully it will still be relaxing and fun just to be nosy and see what someone's given to their son for Christmas. Just for a little overview, he is 3 years old. And he loves trains, he loves arts and crafts, he loves cars, building, magnetiles, animals, and at the moment he loves books, and he's always loved his Tony, so his Tony Box, which is sort of an audio book thing for children, in case you didn't know what that was. So I did try to get some of his presents on Vinted, but we didn't get too many from Vinted this year for Christmas, just because the things that he was kind of after I couldn't find on there. And I want to show you. So this was one of the things we got him on Vinted. It's this classic Thomas the Tank Engine collection. It is a little bit beaten up on this outside case, but he won't notice that really. Like I said, he's only 3. He doesn't really look at stuff like that. Now he loves Thomas, and one of his main presents of us is just down here, and that is to do with Thomas as well. But he doesn't like the newer cartoon one. He likes the first and second seasons of the very original Thomas, while it was still voiced by Ringo Starr. Once they changed the narrator, he's not keen on them ones. So I thought these books would be nice because he's been asking for some Thomas books, but all the ones we can find in like the Works or Sainsbury's or any of those sort of places, they all have the new cartoon ones on. Even Amazon only really sells the ones with the new pictures, but this comes with 5, and they are all they're all in this sort of old drawing sort of style. That looks a little bit more like the one that he likes to watch, and I can just see here that this one is the one where Henry refuses to come out of the tunnel, so he's going to be so happy with that because that is one of his absolute favourite ones. He loves all the ones where they are naughty. His favourite two are Gordon and Henry. And honestly, I just think it's because they're moody, and so is he. So in this set you get the 3 railway engines, Thomas the tank engine, James the red engine. It goes on and off of James, so we'll see how he feels about that one. Tank engine, Thomas again, and troublesome engines. I suppose this one will maybe have Percy in. Yeah, so you've got like Percy Runs Away there, which is one of the ones from the original series that he likes. Yeah, I didn't look through these, but I'm actually really happy that they're going to have the stories of the episodes that he likes. And as I said, we got that one on Vinted. And then maybe just to sort of stay on the Thomas theme, I'll show you this one here. This we got on Vinted as well. So I got this and the trains in a bundle, and I think overall I paid £12 for it, plus shipping and the Vinted fees, but altogether it came to under £20 for this huge wooden Thomas carry case, and all of these trains. And he loves his wooden train track that he already has, and his nan has bought him some more pieces to go with it for Christmas, which means he'll be able to now use these on a huge track that I think will probably take up our whole living room floor. And you get all the main trains in this one, at least the ones that he knows anyway, out of the first 2 seasons, along with some other bits. So we got Percy here, I believe, number 6, I think. Percy, Thomas. Their faces are a little bit scary. Toby. Then you get Gordon. You've got Gordon and his little tender. Edward and his little tender. Henry, who we just said about in the book. Number 3. And of course, James. We've also then got a couple of other bits and pieces. So we've got a little carriage, not carriage, sorry, a truck. They call them trucks, I think. and another little one that says recycling on. Then we have a carriage. A carriage for one of the big trains to pull, as well as a little milk one. And of course, if you know anything about Thomas, you know Annie and Clarabelle. They are Thomas's carriages. And then lastly, we also got the bus whose name I completely cannot remember right now. So yeah, it all fits in this little wooden carry. I say little, it's actually huge. Carry case with Thomas's face on both sides, and I think it was advertised as a stool as well, a carry case stool. So I mean, yeah, you could definitely sit on that if you were 3 years old. He's gonna love this. And like I say, I got that on Vinted, and I was so happy with it because it's in great condition. So that was the only 2 things that I could find on Vinted this year for Christmas. Just because, like I say, the things that I tried to look for the books that he wanted on there, and they weren't on there. I tried to find the game that he wanted, and that wasn't on there. So sadly, I could only buy those 2 things, but yeah, we haven't got him too much more. We tried to only get him, you know, kind of a manageable amount, so that he can honestly just like really enjoy the things that he does get. Like, he'll play with those trains all day, you know, without having to be like overwhelmed or distracted by too many other things. So yeah, I know everyone does it differently, but you know, we just try to keep it a little bit more subtle, a little bit more manageable, and a little bit less stuff coming into our house. Okay, so saying that, we do have some more things to show you. Oh, sorry about the lighting change on my tortoises. My tortoise's light has just gone off. Hopefully that's not too annoying. So the next thing we got him was this Let's Feed the Very Hungry Caterpillar game. We saw this at a local shop, and he really wanted it. So we said he couldn't have it, and then we went back and got it. So it's got this one. I actually have no idea what it's for, how you play it or anything. It looks like this. He's been really getting into playing like board games, but not really board games, if you know what I mean. You know, they're for his age. Games like Snap, Pop Up Pirate, a game where you have to push down some teeth and the jaw snaps on you. But he has been playing a game with his older cousin, the Tooth Fairy game, and that's kind of more of a real board game like this. So I do think he's ready to try this one out, whatever it may be. It says it practices decision making, mixing and matching. You have to collect all 5 puzzle pieces and build a beautiful butterfly wing. Okay, so it sounds like you collect pieces and make a puzzle. There, look, like that. he really loves the Hungry Caterpillar. So he's got that one from us. The sort of next thing in a big box, the next and last thing in a big box is this craft set, and it is create your own door hangers. And you get four. You get to make 4. He's been really liking these sort of sticky back foamed crafts right now. We bought him a set to make some Christmas cards with, and he loved them, and then we bought him some to make something else with, and he loved them. So I searched for that sort of craft, and this was kind of the only thing that I could find along the same sort of line. And I got this one on Amazon, and you can make a dinosaur, a cat, a unicorn, and a leopard. There's not really much more information on the back, just the same pictures. So yeah, we also got him this little craft set. So his sort of main present, I suppose, off of me and his dad is this Yoto mini player. He has the Tony, like I said, but he's been really wanting to take his Tony out and about with him, you know, in the car or to his nan's house, and, you know, stuff like that. So obviously we've been letting him because he does have a carry case for it, but it can be quite cumbersome. It's a big box, bigger than this. It's really heavy, and you have to put the figures that tell the stories on top of it. So obviously the figures can fall off easily, or you know, they fall off in the car and then we can't reach them, and you can't like walk around with it on because the figures fall off. And so I looked into sort of a more easier for him to take around with him, and in the end I picked an Yoto mini. I got this one on a Prime deal, and it did come with this little starter set of Disney Pixar cards, and you get 6 of the stories in this one. You get Toy Story, Brave, Up, Soul, Finding Nemo, and Monsters Inc. And I managed to get both of these in a bundle deal together. I think it was around £65, which kind of made us go over budget for what we normally like to spend, but I think he will get so much fun and love out of this Yoto player. So he loves his Tony, and we're not trying to replace his Tony because he uses that every day, every morning, every night, literally all the time he's on that thing. But we thought this would be a nice option for him to be able to take out with him, and obviously we got him these cards. And I told my cousin that he was getting the Yoto mini for Christmas, and she very kindly offered to buy him some more stories for it. I believe she got him the Thomas Fairy Tale Adventures, and she got him some dinosaur rock songs, and possibly another one that I can't remember, but he will definitely have a couple of different cards for Christmas of other family members, so he will be very excited about that as well. Sorry, my foot was so numb I had to take a break because I'm sitting cross-legged on the floor in squished between my Christmas tree and our coffee table, so I'm kind of having to sit on my legs, and I am too big to be sitting on legs, you know. So where was I? That was it. I will quickly show you the slippers that we got for him, and then the books, and then we'll move on to what's going to go into his stocking. So he wanted some new slippers for Christmas. His current slippers I can show you actually because they're right here. These are his current slippers. He has these little Grinch ones with some Velcro, and he loves these still, but they are getting a little bit small. He has size 9 feet, and these are they are a 9, but you know, like when you got socks on and stuff as well with slippers, sometimes they just start to feel that a little bit too tight. You know, I think he's still got another month or so in them, but we did buy him some new slippers for Christmas. Obviously where we live in England, in the winter it's really cold. You need slippers on in the house, especially we do have carpet in our living room, but in the rest of the downstairs we have hard floors, and it's too cold to not have slippers on, especially when you're only 3 and you have little tiny feet. He's so skinny too, so he just does not hold the heat well. Anyway, these are his current slippers, and he wanted some new ones, so we got him these Jack Skellington ones. Obviously these ones are a size 10. He absolutely loves Jack Skellington, so when I saw these I thought they were just perfect. I got these in Asda last week when this video uploads, so they should still be in stock if you want them. Cute little Jack Skellington ones, and these ones don't have the Velcro. They have this sort of elastic. Yeah, I'm not sure how he'll feel about that, but I'm sure he'll be fine. He's not normally too fussy about how his shoes or slippers go on, but he does love those Grinch ones, so I don't know if he'll be a bit sad that these ones aren't Grinch, but I think that he should be happy with these. So next I'll show you the books. One of these he specifically asked for. One of them he picks up every time we go to the shop, a little local bookshop near us, and the other one he didn't ask for. I just thought he might like it. It kind of just suits his vibe. So we'll start with the biggest one first. It is this big hardback book of bugs. It has these gold sprayed edges, or foiled edges, and all these little bug in gold on it. Little bookmark. This book he looks at every single time that we go to our local bookshop. It's just like a little small independent one, and they have a whole collection of these Anthropology of Remarkable Bugs or Oceans or whatever, and it's by this thing here. But he loves bugs, loves bugs. We take about 45 minutes to walk to his nursery in the morning, and if I walked it by myself it takes me 6 minutes. And you're probably wondering why it takes so much longer, and it's not just because he's little, it's because we have to stop and look at every single bug. We have to look at them, watch where they're going, make up a little story for them, and then the worst bit, he likes me to tell him some facts about it. And I don't know any facts about bugs. I do not like bugs. So maybe this book will be great for him. Okay, I am going to just show you some of the inside pages. So if you want to not see what's inside of here, I will just put a little timestamp, or you can just close your eyes and listen, and I'll tell you when it's safe to open again. So it just has these really big pictures of them and the name of what they are and some facts about them. It tells you about different life cycles and hibernation, probably where they come from, all sorts of different facts. Obviously this has lots of bugs that aren't in England, but it does also have some different types of bugs that are from England. So hopefully we can look up the bugs that he can see regularly and sort of have a look at a bit more about them. You know, obviously I could look on Google, but that kind of takes out the fun for him looking at it. And I have, well, he has them now, some of my old books that are sort of like about the ocean and animals, and he absolutely loves them. I also used to love them, and he now looks at them, and he's really good at looking after these sort of books. He doesn't rip the pages or anything like that. Okay, the book is now closed. If you had your eyes closed, you can look again. But yeah, I think it'll be so buzzed when he buzzed like a bug. When he opens this on Christmas morning, if he even does open it on Christmas morning. Last year he still had some presents left on Boxing Day, and possibly even the day after, and not because he had so many that he couldn't open them all, but just because he'd open one and play with it for like 2 to 3 hours, and then open one more, and if it was like a book, we read it, and then he wanted to like have a snack, he went back to playing with the next the old present that he'd opened. So we just didn't get round to them all. The book that he didn't ask for was Don't Put Your Finger in the Jelly, Nelly. This came up as recommended when I bought the book that he did ask for, and I had a quick look at, you know, the reviews just to try and see what the inside looked like, and it looked like something that he'd like. It kind of has like quite simple words, and you can put your finger through the page and it gets like bit by different things and grabbed by different things. So I think that he will really like this one and just find it funny, 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 funny. Okay, so we have that one. And the book that he did ask for was this one called Shark in the Park. It's really, really thin, and I bought this one on Amazon. I tried to look for this one secondhand everywhere. I don't know if it must be old, but I couldn't find it anywhere. Yeah, it's called A Shark in the Park. And he specifically asked for this book when I asked him if there was anything that he would like for Christmas. He said, "I want Shark in the Park." And I didn't even know it was a book. At that point I had to do some research, and I found out that apparently this is a book that they look at in his nursery a lot, so I guess that's why he wanted it. It's just one where they the boy looks through his telescope and he sees these things that he thinks is a shark, but each time it's not a shark. Probably at the end it is a shark, but say I'll find out when I read it with him. So hopefully he'll be happy with that, because he really wanted this. He asked for it. Yeah, and apparently he reads it a lot at nursery. But it's not one of the books they're allowed to bring home. I think it must be like the teacher's personal book. So now he has one at home. Okay, that is everything that we got him as under the tree presents. I've now just got the things that we're going to put in his stocking. I won't take so long to go over these, we'll just sort of go over them. I'll tell you what they are, and then we'll move on to the next one. And then I'll show you his wrapping paper, and then we're done. Like I say, I'm kind of sad that I deleted my footage, because I did show you everyone else's presents too, but hey, it is what it is. So the first thing for his stocking is this little mini set of magnetiles. He loves his regular magnetiles. So this is just a little travel one that you could take out to a restaurant or a hotel, or anything like that, or you could mix them in with your main magnetiles. Yeah, just this little small set that will fit nicely in a stocking. I did actually show his stocking in my decoration store. He has a Sully from Monsters Inc. Themed stocking. It's blue with purple spots on. Kind of looks like his foot. He was given it by my cousin for his first Christmas. It's not. Sorry about that. I just was interrupted. What did I just show you? The magnetiles. Yes. Moving on. We also got him this little. I don't even want to say this brand. No idea. This one. We got him this little limited edition 2025 90 years zebra. He loves these brand toys. He has lots and lots of these animals already. But we thought just for this cool little one for his stocking. We didn't get him any others of these this year actually, but he did get quite a lot for his birthday. So yeah, he's got that one. He's also got this little figure for his game that he plays on his dad's tablet. It's this brand here, Adreno, another thing I can't pronounce. but they just do little interactive games. So you buy these and you have to use a pen to like write and draw on the tablet. And this one specifically is for body parts. But it does body parts, senses, bones and teeth, looking after our body, handwriting and fine motor skills, how to look after yourself, stuff like that. He already has a couple others. This is the only game that he's allowed to do on the tablet. Just because there's no pop-ups or ads or anything like that. And I do feel like at least he is doing something slightly educational in a fun way, so he doesn't actually know that he's still learning. If you have the sound on, you need to play these with the sound on. So they're not the best games to play if you're trying to like keep them quiet somewhere, because you do need the sound on, or obviously they need headphones, because they explain what's happening and what you need to do. Yeah, so he's just got another one of them, and I mainly got this one because it shows the hand washing on the back, and he's recently like really obsessed with washing his hands, so I thought he'd just find that fun. He's also got another one of these Disney cars. This is Ramon. He already has a Ramon, but this one has him with the wheels up high. I'm sure this is called a hydraulic Ramon. It's got this hydraulic thing going on. Don't ask me, I don't know anything about cars in real life or in Disney form, but my boyfriend said that he would really like this one, he thinks, so we picked him up this one too. He has a huge collection of these Disney cars. I mean huge. When I say huge, I mean huge. He loves them, and we play with them probably every day. With his magnet tiles, we build them houses and garages and roads and all sorts of things. So he's got one of them. He's also got this probably slightly more boring present, these phonics flashcards. He's quite into phonics at the moment, and I think these will actually just help him, if that makes sense. I'm not the best with things like phonics, and he'll probably know these better than me, even though they're aged 3 to 5. Yeah, so at Halloween he kind of got a bit obsessed with Ooh. Obviously he saw Boo, and he was asking us why 2 O's makes Ooh and 1 O doesn't. So I don't know if it's something they're doing at nursery, but either way I saw these and I thought he might like them. We can find some sort of game to play with these. We're good at finding games to play with these things. He also has a Tony for his Tony box. This is the enchanted wood Eeny Blyton one. This was actually one that we picked him up for his birthday, but I felt like he already had too much for his birthday, so I kept this one back to put in his stocking for Christmas. So he'll be excited for this one, and I will also be excited for this one. It says that it runs for 117 minutes, and I love the long ones for bedtime because he likes to fall asleep to them. But if they finish and he's not quite fully asleep, then he wakes up. So the long ones, I love the long ones. We then have this very crinkly Fugler Funny Ugly Monster fashion bag accessory. That is a long name. He had one of these before and he loved it so much he actually got one of the, I think it was the super rares or something like that. Anyway, it was a little hook that you put on your bag or whatever, but he was walking around with it everywhere, on his bag, on his jeans, carrying it around. But sadly I didn't actually realise, but he had it on his bag and he took it to nursery, and one of the other children snapped the hook and he was devastated. I heard he was devastated from his teacher. So he probably isn't going to get the same one, of course, but I thought he may be happy to get a little replacement one of these, which I will then make sure does not go to nursery. He has got this Toy Story lip balm set. Get 1, 2, 3, and this one has the alien head on top. He's gonna love that one. He loves lip balm, he loves Toy Story. So when I saw this in B&M, I just had to get it. I think he'll love that one. It's Mad Beauty, by the way. I don't know if that's like a B&M brand or what, but that's apparently who it's by. He also has a Gabby's dollhouse that he got for his birthday, so I just picked him up this little box. What's it called? What's this thing called? Baby box. Baby box. That's the one. Baby box. Baby box and treasure chest. I think I just saw this in, it was either Sainsbury's or Asda or Tesco's, and it was reduced to $2.99. So I picked it up for his Gabby's dollhouse. He loves Gabby. He loves Gabby's dollhouse. And this is a bit of a weird one, but crinkly. It's this little set of 2, I guess they're like gymnastics dance ribbons that you like twirl around, and the ribbon like flows. I picked him up these just because when I had his parents' evening, his teacher suggested that something that could be helpful, not specifically just to him, but to all of the children, would be to strengthen their shoulder muscles, ready for when they have to go to reception next year, so that they have stronger arm muscles for writing. She sort of did say that Sully specifically was fine, you know, he can hold a pen properly already and you know, write his name and stuff, but I thought, hey, it's only going to help if he does it as well. So I got some of these because she suggested that making big arm movements can help to strengthen their shoulders, so I thought they might be a good option. And then the last 2 things for his stocking are from Lush. I got him 2 Christmas bath bombs. I picked up for him is this penguin one, and I don't know the names of these, sorry, but they do smell really nice. We got him, yeah, this penguin and this super sparkly golden gingerbread man. That kind of smells like something really familiar to me, but I don't know what. It's not ginger. It kind of smells like an old sweet that I used to eat, but yeah. So we picked him up these 2 bath bombs for his stocking. He loves bath bombs. and the Lush ones are his favourite. So that was everything for his stocking and for his tree presents. I hope you enjoyed watching. I'm sorry that I couldn't show you all of the presents that we got for like the adults in our family and other children, but I say sadly they're all shipped off to them now, and the ones that aren't I've already wrapped up, so I haven't wrapped up his presents yet. Oh, I forgot to show you his wrapping paper. I'll do that quickly. He has got this blue Santa wrapping paper for Christmas this year, and annoyingly I cannot remember where this is from, but it's really cute and I like it because it's a chunky roll. You get loads on there. Yeah, sorry, I really cannot remember where I got this from. Okay, like I was saying, that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for